rainbows, and welcome back to Rainy Day Nails. So in today's nail video, we are going to create the illusion of embedded gemstones. This design turned out so good. I was so proud of the set. I love wearing it. It is so much fun to look at. I am finally able to do some extra long nails, and I love having all of that room to work with. So I was very much determined to design them with something fun to look at and something that I haven't quite done before. So yes, we will be doing some extra long coffin-shaped acrylic nails with galaxy cat eye gemstones embedded in chrome. I want to thank you guys so much for getting my water ripple nail design up to 2,000 views. That is insane for my channel, so I really appreciate how much you guys enjoyed that video. You guys have also been subscribing like crazy, and I am so grateful about that as well. I know that 1,000 isn't a lot by today's standards, but just the thought that there are 1,000 people interested in the work that I do and enthusiastic about the same things that I am, it's just really cool to be able to connect and share in that way. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, let's just get right into it. Hello everyone, and thanks for clicking on another video. So as always, I'm starting off with some gel base coat on my nail beds, and I just decided to leave in here a clip of me cleaning those with alcohol so that there's no dirt or debris that will affect our adhesion. This time around, I have all of my tips pre-sized and laid out so that I can just go ahead and use my Model 1's nail glue and apply them. Now it's time to trim these down until we find a length that we're happy with. So I am finally able to do some longer nails, and I almost just kept them at the length of the tip, but I had to go just a little bit shorter, but they still turned out really long and nice looking. Now I'm using my straight edge nail clippers to go ahead and taper in the sides of these nail tips. I'm wanting to do a really skinny coffin shape this time around. So now that we've finished with some rough pre-shaping, I'm going to pour out some Mia Secret monomer, and I'll be using the shade Peaches and Cream in Cover Acrylic from V Beauty Pure. I really thought that once I tried the shade Dolce de Leche that I would like that more or better for my skin tone as opposed to this one, but this is still my favorite nude cover acrylic to use from V Beauty Pure. Something about it has just like the right amount of orange and pink and like tan to it. I don't know quite how to explain it, but it's just like the perfect nude color for me. So because this is a longer set, it did take more than my usual 3 to 4 beads to get this sculpting done and nice and strong in terms of structure. But regardless, I do follow the same course of action with placing my first bead down near the tip and creating the thickness of the nail there, and then working my way towards the cuticle, keeping the height of my apex equivalent to the height of the tip of my nail, and then making a nice slope down into the cuticle. So you can kind of see here where my extra beads or product comes in, as I'm having to make sure that this nail isn't spread too thin and is going to snap in a way that could cause harm. Now the application on my pinky finger was a little bit rough, but other than that, I was quite excited about how smoothly this process of application went. I find that whenever I'm working on a set and I begin applying the acrylic, my application gets a little bit quicker and a little bit better with each nail. But I also just wanted to mention that you can really see the buttery quality of this V Beauty Pure acrylic powder whenever it's properly applied. It's just so wonderful to work with. It is time to bust out the E-file, and I'm using a fine grit ceramic bit. A lot of the times whenever I'm doing a tapered shape, but more so almond, stiletto, something like that that converges to a smaller point, I tend to have more excessive product on my apex. So I'm just going to debulk that and make sure that it is strong enough for the structure of long nails, but also not so thick to where it looks like the nail has a baby bump. You can kind of see what I mean by my thumb there that has not yet been filed down, how it just pops off of the actual nail bed a little bit too much. So we need to flatten that out a bit. You also want to focus on sealing the cuticle and debulking the side walls so that your shape is nice and crisp, and your cuticle, of course, looks nice and flush. And again, whenever you're debulking the body of the nail, you want to go all in one direction for the most part so that the surface is as smooth as you can get it with an E-file before going at it with a hand file. And after using circular motions to seal the cuticle, using those vertical motions from the apex down towards the tip is really going to help with creating an even thickness from apex to free edge. I'm now using my 100-180 grit hand file, and I'm going to go ahead and crispen up these sidewalls, making sure that there's no jaggedness or extra product kind of underneath the sidewalls there, and especially going over the surfaces of these nails so that we can get out any of the last dips or elevations in the acrylic product. Now we have finished all of the shaping and filing, and it's time to put down a layer of gel base coat. This is going to make for the absolute smoothest possible surface for us to begin this nail art. There are times you can get away doing nail art without putting base coat down first, but another reason why I really enjoy this part is just because I get to have a little glimpse at what this set would look like, just top coated, natural and simple, but I'd be happy with it for like an hour and then would want to change them up. So the nude nails get a moment of glory before we accent them. Okay, so doing this design overall was not as complicated as I thought it would be, but the effect is definitely like, it's giving I put a lot of thought and detail and precision into this, when in reality the method is quite simple. So as you can see, I'm starting off with some black gel polish, and I'm just going to paint some free-form shapes here and there. I'm more so going for organic, so not too many sharp, like straight edges. I kind of based them all from a bit of an oval and then gave them some jaggedness, just making sure to mix up the size and placement of these shapes. Remember to give your black gel polish a little extra cure time, as they tend to not cure as quickly or as well nowadays. That's going to ensure that it won't ripple up on you and just make you have to restart the entire design. You do not want to file into everything you've already done. So I'm not quite sure why I skipped around with some of these steps here, but you can do this either way. It works out. But I'm using some rhinestone glue to go ahead and trace a sort of like vines or a mold around these shapes so that we can have this effect of the gems being embedded. So the black polish is going to work as a nice background to give a greater effect to these sort of galaxy cat eye gemstones that we're trying to create here. The collection I'm using is the light cat eye collection from Beauty Pure, and I just wanted to skip around with the different colors and kind of make sure I had a nice variety so that it looks like all different kinds of gemstones. Now I'm using some more of that rhinestone glue, and I'm just going to squeeze that directly out of the bottle and on top of this cat eye polish. This is going to complete the 3D sort of dome effect that we want for our stones. I forgot to show you guys the actual polish collection that I'm working with before I started, but here's a little glimpse here of the 6 shades that come in the light cat eye collection from Beauty Pure. So the one I'm using now is a lovely purple, and then we've got a nice solid gold color. We've got like a lake blue, a turquoise, a lovely pink champagne color, and then this gorgeous periwinkle color. So I pretty much stuck to 2 methods in terms of using the magnet on this polish. Of course, I did the one where I just hover directly over top of the middle, and it's going to create that nice galaxy line for us. And then in the other case, I am just holding this to the side to where the majority of my magnet pieces are going to be off to the one side. often show the thumb, but this was just such a lovely capture of the cat eye effect. I had to leave it in. So now we're starting in with more of that rhinestone glue, and we're going to create more of these 3D elevations surrounding the gemstones and kind of branching off to the edges of the nail. Again, other than keeping it from spilling or leveling too much on the nail, you can really put these lines down with no rhyme or reason, because the more organic and freeform, the better that this effect is going to look, in my opinion. And I know this part may be a little difficult to see with us using clear, but as I said, you're just wanting to surround the shapes of these gemstones. It's okay if the line work is, bulbous in some areas and thinner in others, because that's just going to contribute to the vibe that we're going for. I am also, as you can see, connecting the, one outline to the other, and then connecting it from the cuticle of my nail all the way down to the free edge of my nail. So now we are using some more black gel polish, and we're just going to go right on top of the line work that we just made with the rhinestone glue. So you really want to be careful about how much product is on your brush, because we're going to be putting chrome over this black polish. We don't want it to stick to all of these areas on top of our gemstones, on the nude parts of our nails. And because this gel polish wants to self-level, it is going to spill into those areas. So you do kind of have to work a little bit carefully and without a copious amount of product on your brush. So after curing the polish, you want to make sure to wipe it with alcohol generously. You want to make sure that there is no tacky layer left. Crazy enough, the tackiness will repel the chrome, but once you wipe it with alcohol, that's when you're going to get your best result. I'm using a close bristle brush because I could not find any of those like old makeup spongy applicator things, but that's going to be your best bet for applying this chrome powder. So yes, using either one of those mini makeup sponges or a close bristle brush, we're going to burnish that chrome powder into the black polish. Here I am skipping around on the steps some more. So I had meant to do this in the order of applying this rhinestone glue to create the dome effect before going in with the black polish. And that's going to help with reducing all the areas that black polish could leak into concerning our gemstones. Now I can proceed to finish all of the black outlining before burnishing some more chrome powder into the rest of my nails. So once you finish applying the chrome powder, you are meant to dust it off, but sometimes it's still going to be stuck to areas you're not wanting it to. So I did go in and just rub a little alcohol over my gemstones just to make sure that they were as clear as possible and ready for the top coat. If you decide to do the same, then make sure you don't have too much alcohol on your brush, otherwise it will spill over onto the chrome and remove the effect from the polish. Now it is time to top coat the set. This is one of my favorites. I'm not even gonna lie. I love how mystical it feels, you know? Like, it's very much giving fantasy vibes, and I'm in love with it. It definitely looks like I have little galaxies just chilling in my nails. So the thing about the chrome is, unless you want to line everything again with the top coat, then you are unable to do a final wipe of your design, in which case you want to do your best to clean up around the design, as well as cleaning up around your cuticles. The chrome tends to build up there as well. And whenever you do begin top coating, you want to float that gel over the chrome as opposed to brushing it onto the chrome. So this way you can avoid shifting the chrome powder or removing any of it, and you can get away with not having to re-outline all of that design work. I was a little bit dissatisfied with the thumb because of how similar the chrome color and the cat eye color were to each other. So it just kind of looked like one big gold blob. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. But anyway, I left in the top coating for you guys because an incomplete top coating section just didn't feel right to me. Behold the finished design. I can't stand these nails in the best way possible. It's like looking through little windows into different galaxies and different areas of the universe. And I'm just so happy with this design. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.